Alright, hello everyone, my name is Anthony, and this is the behind the scenes of my short animation I made called Idea Generation. Feel free to go watch that video now, or watch it whenever after this. But I'm going to go through this video. I'm going to quickly show you what I've done, all the behind the scenes stuff, what I had to draw, my process and all that stuff. So that should be fun. So, this is my storyboard. This is the part 1. The part 2 is going to be done soon. But basically I've got the basic stuff. I didn't really go full on with this, if you can probably see. I didn't really go full on like detailed or whatever. I kind of just did my best. But basically the whole thing goes out as different coloured things will be the animation. So hopefully the idea is that the pencil will draw the word idea and the words individual generation will float up from the bottom. Editor's note, I actually didn't end up doing this. This changed. Like all storyboards do, it ended up getting advanced. And so that's why my Diamond Rush logo draws in, but the title does not. It fades in because it was easier and less time consuming. Because I wanted it out for Christmas, so. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Then after that, it gets rubbed out by a rubber. That's the little idea I've got. Then Daz will come in the video and actually start. This is animation where the guy just drops in, because stickmen normally tend to just drop in. In a lot of animations I've seen, it's kind of just, they just drop in, they don't really feel like doing anything else, they just kind of like fall in from nowhere, so I'm going to try and do that. A little bit of animation work will go there. Then in the animation, will ask Darren if he wants to be more detailed, and that's when little tiny details like his eyes, his hands, and his feet will come in. And that's, the idea is that the character will get a bit confused, so that's that whole illustration. Then the idea that I'd say it'd look stupid, it wouldn't look very good, and that would be taken off. Editor's note, editor's note, I actually ended up ad-libbing the script. There wasn't actually any script written down, so the things in the storyboards were just kind of rough ideas, but obviously things got advanced, so things changed. But yeah, basically the script was ad-libbed by me and Darren, so we kind of tried and made it up as we go along, and make it a bit more, like, flow better, I guess, to make it more personalised. Right, back to what I was talking about. There's going to be a lot of these, by the way. Then, if I go over here, then Darren will recommend why not making it more realistic. So that's where this guy will come in. Now, this isn't the final drawing. If I'll just quickly show you here. This is going to be the kind of final drawings for all of my characters. This is well, while I'm here, this is my character design sheet. So I went through a lot of different designs. So I went with, like, I just tried to mess around with different looks. I tried to get anything unique, anything different. So I ended up with this character here that I think is looking alright. He looks pretty good. It looks quite unique. I wanted to keep the whole stickman thing, but make it look a bit different because I wanted to. Because it's quite hard for this idea because I want to kind of go through the idea generation process. Kind of like starts from nothing, goes from a little bit detail to over detailed, and then just enough detail. And the idea is I wanted to make him a bit more unique, so I went with this whole like spiky hair thing. I thought this was a pretty cool way to make it look unique and still be a stickman. Then over here we've got our final little drawings here. This was the final look. This was the final drawing. Oopsie daisies. This is the final drawing that I think I'm going to go with because it looks a lot more detailed. Then over here is the more realistic. I didn't want to go too long with this because it was quite a simple design. It was literally just a drawing a person. So I tried with just eyes and then hair and the body. I think the body looked good. But I think I needed to have like nose and ears, which is down here, which is what I've done with this character. And I think this is going to be the final one. I've got some little test heads as well to see what his emotions would look like. And then the final character, which would be the character that would go through the whole animation, is at the bottom here. And yeah, pretty much I think it looks pretty spot on. I think it looks quite good. It looks that blend of cartoony, but still kind of realistic. Not like hugely realistic, but enough to say the progress. And obviously with the progress I've had to do with the spiky hair, I went through like from here to then to here, and then I've got him a little bit of spiky hair here, and then I finally got his final look there. So that's the character design sheets. If you've noticed, I used the old drawings in the storyboard, which I will minimize. So I used the old drawings in the I'm gonna try and put this in the right place. Editor's note, okay, so I was editing this in the past. Specifically, I was talk through my ideas in the past when I actually had it fresh in my mind. But since now, I've actually finished the project and I can show you cool stuff. So here is the character updated. This is the final character sheet, just to let you know this is what they look like now and what they finished as. But back then, I had only had like one idea what the character was going to look like. But since then, obviously from now, I've updated them so you can see them. But yeah, basically, the characters went through a little bit of development and ended up choosing those. So that's that. Right. I think I should have figured out where I am now, so right back to what I was talking about. Right, so I've used the old character design for the storyboard just because it'd make it easier, because I don't really want to have my final drawings in the storyboard. I think I'm going to probably either make an advanced storyboard after this, or I'll just leave it as it is. But I'm trying to get the animation idea. I'm trying to get the pacing down, that's the main thing. Editor's note, this is the only storyboard I made. The pacing I got down though. I got that stuff done. There was a lot of ideas to do with this. There was the falling in, there was the jumping in. And then I thought, it's realistic, just get him to walk on the screen. Editor's note, as you can probably guess, I didn't do a walk-in. That was only because it wasn't difficult. I could have probably done it, but it was going to take so much fucking time that I thought if I just edge him in, it'd be like a cool thing, so he doesn't have to like walk in. But then at the same time, I made a joke about it in the actual video, where I said how I'm not really good at walk cycles. I am alright with them, but I thought for this project, it didn't really need it. I mean, it would have helped. It would have made it look nicer. But I thought I just wanted to kind of get the character in and then off. I didn't really want to have... Anyway, so yeah, that's that. So I sorry to disappoint myself in the past, but yeah, that's what happened. Then as me and Darren are discussing why it's a bad idea, he's going to just be polite, waving and things like that. I haven't really had much to do with this yet. I'm going to plan hopefully ahead sooner or later, but for now, that's the idea. Then I put a little bit of a pun in there and say, now drop that idea, and then the character just falls, and you can see the shock on his face. Editor's note, I did actually do that. Actually, that was pretty funny, so I wanted to make sure I 100% did it. Oh, sorry, you want to listen to me, sorry. And his eyes, where he notices and then falls. That's the whole process with that. Then to introduce the next character, this is the point of the animation where I get really fed up with Darren telling me what to do. So I say, right, we'll just have a medium character, he's kind of the same, final character, done. And then, obviously, for this one, I had the idea of dropping him in, just to kind of drop him there, be like, right, that's the character, get on with it. If that's the one, that's the main one. So I've drawn him here as he'd fall in, and then he'd just stand around and look what's going on. So this is for the storyboard wise, this is the whole character introduction. Are there any of these designs you thought you might have seen preferred? Like, if you're wondering what this cross is, by the way, if anyone's interested, for my design, the process, I thought to make the character literally look like that, like literally have a cross on his face. Because if you don't know what that cross is, by the way, a cross that's used for where the character will be looking in a scene. So see how this guy would look, be looking down, and that's why over here I've got another character that drawn with the same thing. It's not that I'm trying to figure out where the eyes would go. I was literally going to draw him like that, but I ended up not bothering with it. So tell me what you think. Is there any designs you thought you liked? Because this is before it's been made, so look at you. But yeah, go check out the animation. Next, you will be able to see my idea generation storyboard for the locations and times. Right, hello, it's me, the future now, and unfortunately that's all the videos I made in the past. So now you're hearing me of the future, who's finished all this project and can talk to you about it in more detail without any having any stupid edit notes. Edit note? Yeah, I can do whatever I want, mate. I don't need to listen to you. However, he does actually say the stuff that I need to say, and I don't want to say it again, so I'm just gonna unpause it. There we go. So basically, what you're looking at now is my location storyboard. This was where I drew the ideas where my character would be set, any jokes I'd put in, that sort of thing. So as you can see, we started with the desert, which you saw, and then you've got the water rising up, which this whole thing really stayed the same because I really liked this idea. So nothing really changed much in the locations. Like the character got wet, and then nearly got hit by a truck, and then didn't, and then fell infinitely because we were thinking about an idea. And again, our speech in that was ad-libbed around it. And also, you can see the circus poorly drawn, but you get the point across that the character would fall into a bucket, get a pie in the face, and then the clown, you know, honk honk. That was my favourite joke. Like, seriously, that makes me laugh so much. Like, when I first had the idea, I was like, I need the clown to go up and be like... It just had to be done. So that's that. And then that's it, really. This storyboard actually stuck to the main thing really well. It's obviously need to do a bit more design on the backgrounds, but yeah. So that's that storyboard, and we'll move on to the other one, sidekicks. That's it. Now, as you can probably guess, a lot of stuff, not much stuff actually changed again. I like to stick to my storyboards because I like a few odd jokes, but certain things changed. So for one, so the character still meets a girl. This is where Darren introduced the girl, saying, "Oh, you should have a girlfriend," or whatever. And originally the idea was to have the character zoom in, like, to the camera, and have like his eyebrows go up and down. But then after a while, I actually did it in the Flash file, but I didn't like it. I just kind of thought it looked a bit weird and cheesy, so I thought if I leave it as it is, it's a lot more like you have to look at the character. So I left it as it was. It might have been a mistake, but to me, honestly, it kept the flow going, so I kind of left it as it was. I kept the... Actually, funny. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry about that. Very professional. Don't worry, I'm very professional. Do you mind? Alright, I'm trying to do a video here. Oh, this will be fun. Anywho, as you can see, my character stretches his leg over to the girlfriend. Now that actually, again, when I was starting this project, the original idea was him to like float over or like walk over or something. You know, like when a cartoon character sees a pie and they go and they float over to the character. Well, I was going to do that, but then after looking at it a bit more, I realised it might take a bit more time than I expected. Like the floating one I could have done, but I thought it might be funnier to have the character like stretch his leg over, so he's like leaning over, so he's like, I'm just going to stand over here and then snap over. So that stayed as it was. The character, of course, the girlfriend disappears, that stayed the same. And the character was really sad, which is the one I wanted to keep in. But then he gets happy because I mentioned pets. Now, a lot of people, I'm guessing, who were watching it were thinking, like, what did you say a whale for? It's what's called cheap comedy. I wanted something big and heavy to land on the character, and I thought a whale would do, because, you know, imagine seeing a cartoon character of a whale in a circus, it wouldn't work, so, whatever. It's idea generation, it's having ideas, leave me alone. But yeah, so the idea came around, that sort of slams, that still happens. The camera work, so it jiggles, so it looks like the whale has some force on it. And then I thought of a platypus, because my platypus is my favourite animal ever. And it lands on his head, disappears, because Darren's like, oh, what's a platypus? Well, actually, the original idea wasn't actually for Darren to not know what a platypus was. The original idea for Darren was just to say that a platypus is like stupid or something, or like platypuses are boring or whatever. But when we were doing because like I've said in the past, like this whole video, that the script was ad-libbed, Darren said he didn't know what a platypus was, and it was really funny, because I like the idea, I don't know why it made me laugh, but it was the idea that Darren did know what a platypus, he knows, obviously the real life Darren knows what a fucking platypus is, everyone knows what a platypus is. Everyone knows what a platypus is, but unfortunately, when Darren said it, he said like he didn't know, and I thought it was really funny, so I said just keep that in, so just pretend you don't know what a platypus is, and he says he doesn't care what a platypus is, so I thought it was a little bit of comedy that kind of came out of nowhere, which I thought was pretty funny and charming. So then, obviously my character gets frustrated, so then I say, oh, well, what about a fucking goldfish? Stupid, boring goldfish. And then the goldfish is just sitting there. And then Darren goes, no, that's a dumb idea, so then it poofs off. And then I say, right, well, we'll stick with the circus, because I actually like the idea of circus. You know, it has some good potential comedy in there. And then, obviously, I wanted the character to get revenge, you know, character thing, where he throws a pie back at the clown that threw one at him. I thought it was really funny. I thought it's nice to get this sweet little character revenge. Actually, animating that was a pain in the arse, because it looks like a helicopter motion, but when I was animating it, I was like, and it wasn't working very well. But I think I got it just right. And then obviously the clown doesn't react to it. And then that's that. Then I moved on to, and now I'll just show you the ending. So this is what the ending looked like. And now, thinking of the ending was quite difficult for me, actually. It might come as a surprise, but I couldn't think of an ending for this bloody thing. I thought about maybe rubbing it out, deleting it, like deleting the file. There was a few ideas. I think Darren mentioned that he wanted to like have the idea where I rub it all out or something with the pen. I don't know. But the idea I had the idea of maybe just making a new flash file from that thing. So the idea that nothing on the screen was actually happening, and the idea that everything we were saying was happening, but then my character looked out and then made a new flash file, and that was then the new file. And the end. Okay. If anyone doesn't get the joke at the end, which you probably should, because Darren basically explained it, but Finn is, you know, when they have like those old posh films and they have Finn on the end. That's how I thought I could end it, like making a name for the character, and I thought, oh, what about calling it Finn? And then at the time, Darren thought that was really funny, so he laughed his ass off. So I was like, oh, shit, that would be really funny. But then after a while, I kind of didn't think it was that funny. So, but like I say, I kept it in. It was a joke that stuck. So saying that Finn was the end to kind of end the show animation. And then it fades out and that's it. So there's not really much else to talk about. But like I say, this has been a really fun project, honest to God. It has been, like, it's been stressful. And I want to remind you, right, you're going to see a lot of the animations, and personally I can see a lot of problems. That's only because I made it. But you'll see a lot of things kind of like look a bit dodgy or rubbish, I guess, if you do animation. If you don't, then you thought it was perfect, which is awesome and great. Keep an eye on that. But thank you. But there was a lot of things that weren't done as well as I wanted to do, and that was only because of university. Like, I've had to do university while this project's happening, and I haven't had much spare time. Like, on the summer holiday, I think it was summer holidays last year, I think. It was September 2016. I started this project, wanting to do it, and I've been working on it since September till December. So that's September, October, November, December. So that's about 4 months, 3 months, give or take, on this project, and it's hard. I've been doing university work in between that, so it's been quite difficult for me. But honestly, I think it's really good. The plan for the future, if I remember, is to try and redo this idea, like my own idea, but in the future, when I'm good at everything, and I'm good at art and stuff, and actually good at walk cycles and good at all that stuff and timing and all that things. And I would love to try and do this again, but way better to show my improvement, I guess. But yeah, so that's the storyboards of all my stuff. And if you did enjoy this little video, then feel free to. I mean, if you want to click subscribe, you can. But this is just my personal account, so you'll see other like animations and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the animation. I heard a lot of good feedback, which is great. Feel free to leave things in the comments if you want, if you don't have to. But it's always nice to, get some appreciation and stuff. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a bit educational to show you how I do my stuff. It might not be professional, but it's the way I do it, and it's the way that it was done. So it was done a personal way. I didn't follow any industry standard. I did, but not like industry standard to the letter. I kind of did my own thing. Coming up after this is going to be some bloopers and outtakes from recording and things. So yeah. Also, sadly, I'm not Pixar worthy yet, so I haven't animated any bloopers. I'm afraid. I'm sorry to say. But yeah, enjoy the outtakes and stuff. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Right, how do I turn this thing off? I think there we go. Right, we're recording. Good. I've literally completely forgotten the line. This never happens. This is my animation. I forgot the bloody line. Idea generation session started. Right, let's get this idea generation session started. Something like that. Right. Oh, let's get this idea generation. English would be nice. Let's get this idea. Let's get this idea generation session started. I can't do this properly. Come on. What about a character with like legs or something? And like, oh fuck, come on, really? Oh, legs or something. That's a unique character. Never before seen a character with bloody legs. Oh, nice. Yeah, nah. Actually, I don't think that's a great idea. It's a bit cliche and it's a bit tacky. No. What about a pet? Did I cut you off? I'm sorry. Oh, you died also. Has your computer died? I think his actual computer died. Please say that's true. No. It just cut off completely. That was a bit awkward. Okay, for the people behind the scenes, I accidentally cut him off by saying, "What about a pet?" Because he was supposed to say that line. I wasn't. All right, and I accidentally jumped the gun. I apologized, but right as I apologized, I think his microphone like broke or something. Because the second I said it, he just cut off, and I'm like, "Darren, are you there?" And he just disappeared. That is absolutely brilliant. You couldn't make that up. I think he's actually gone now. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go see what's going on. See where he is. Do you want to get one now? Then? It's alright. I'd rather my actors don't have a parched throat when they're doing voice acting. I need my baby hydrated.
I'll be fine.
I need my babies hydrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, need my action hydrated, man.
So I can't work under these can you hear my throat? It's I can't do my voice acting with my throat. I'm so parched. It's I can't work under these conditions.
Hearts.
Right.
But his eyes are one line, so I did like curves, each on one line. So it'd be his eyes, like molding in a shape. I know it's very strange.
Kind of looks like a dick.
Does it look like I didn't think it looked like a dick, to be fair. Where is it?
No, it won't look like that, obviously.
Yeah, no, but obviously, just because of our collaborative minds. And you're like, okay, no clowns. What about any clowns? And then you hear like, and then.
Okay.
And I'm like, right, that's sorted. Actually, I want to tell you this now before I forget. Do you remember how I had a problem with the ending? I couldn't figure out how to end it properly.
Yeah.
I figured it out, and it's fucking genius if I do say so myself. And I'll tell you for why, right? Because you know how in French films it ends with fin, which means end in French.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we'll make a stupid joke. I actually found a great way around it. So I make a new flash file in the animation, because it's idea generation, right? And there's a new file, and I suggest to you, so Darren, what should we call the character? and we'll think of a few names, and I go, what about Finn? So I write Finn on the screen, and then it fades off.
Yeah,
Finn, the name of the character, and the end of the thing. How cool is that?
that's a pretty cool idea.
I was like, I was in bed, right, and I was lying there, and I was just like, shit! Like, Finn's a name, so I could call the character Finn, and then I could be like, right, we'll call the animation Finn, and then it'll fade away, and then that's how the animation will end. Whew. I blew my mind. I was like, shit. I actually had to get up out of bed and like write it down. I didn't want to forget. I was like, no, it's fuck it. And then I woke up a few days ago and I was like writing that down, and I put it in the animation. So if you look at the last slide, you'll see it's like Finn, and then anyway, that's not now, right? That's later on. Okay. Just wanted to shoot that out now because it's a really good idea. Right. Okay, so I kind of jumped the gun. So what I'll do is I'll set this.